Hi, I'm Mark Zipp at Crocker Farm Auction. I'm here to discuss an important new discovery in Southern folk pottery. This torso vessel was recently discovered in the northwestern United States, and it really speaks for itself. As you can see, the size is among the most remarkable things about it. To have a piece this large is really incredible. And we think about Edgefield face vessels and brown pottery face vessels and other things like that, and most of those are much, much smaller. So this size is really outstanding in and of itself. But also, as you can see, the modeling on this is fantastic. This is a piece that the potter really took a lot of time to sculpt and model and create. You can see he has this great upturned collar to his jacket. And below that, we additionally have another lapelled portion of the jacket and a central shirt with these applied, they're actually flush with the clay itself, deeply applied China shard buttons, and then this wonderful face, this really expressive, folky face of a man with large China shard eyes, China shard teeth, and an open mouth, kind of with a surprised, startled look on his face, nose with carved nostrils, these scrolled ears. It has this great big chin, and this chin almost reminds me of the chin on that unique J.C. Ham Drink My Blood Stoneware cooler that was offered by Alan Katz years ago. This big, almost goiter-like chin, and in this case we have a dimple on the end of it. It's a fabulous piece in form, in size, and then one of the other major criteria in pottery is the glaze. The glaze on this is remarkable. So we have it dipped in a fairly standard Albany slip glaze, which is a chocolate brown color all around. And then a treatment that was done with fair frequency in the South is a salt glaze over top of that. So after this was dipped in an Albany slip glaze, it was put in the kiln. When the kiln reached temperature, roughly 2200 degrees, salt was put into the kiln. So the salt would vaporize and adhere to this. And we have this incredible modeling of the surface that's created. And you can see down here all this spotting. It turns this reddish color and then this bright yellow green throughout. And then if you look at the face and then this side, you can see the heavier salt applications really create this distinctive salt glaze orange peel texture along the collar and along the side of the face. And then where the salt hit less, it's browner and redder. Here on the chin and here on this side of the face. And then, but on this lapel, you can see some salt hit, and it's greener, whereas on this one, it's that darker color. So it's a wonderful dynamic glaze, high gloss glaze. The spout here has been cut back, and this could have been something that was chipped at some point prior to it being put in the kiln, and the potter decided to cut it back in almost like a washbowl pitcher kind of fashion, like you see on Valley washbowl pitchers and that sort of thing. And then dipped in Albany slip and then glazed over with salt. Could have been intentional, could have been unintentional. At any rate, it appears that either there was a small chip that was turned into that, or that was actually something that was entirely desired by the maker. This is just a fabulous piece. This is essentially up there with the Preacher Man that we sold many, many years ago. I mean, I don't want to say it's the exact same thing in quality, but when you're talking about a piece of exceptional modeling and exceptional size from the state of Alabama, you're certainly thinking things like the iconic Preacher Man figures. As you can see, it follows from the region this classic form that tells us it's Alabama, this torso form. I mean, the glaze and the use of shards also tells us it's from that state, but this torso form of where you're throwing a body and continuing to form up as a jug, but with the rounded head and then the spout on top. It closely links it to pieces by J.L. Matthews from Rock Mills, among other pieces. So to see stuff like this still coming out is really exciting. Face jugs have always been really, really popular, and so to see something like this that is completely fresh to the market in this condition with all these bells and whistles, is very encouraging, and we're very excited to offer this in our upcoming spring 2021 auction.